Welcome back to the RG Limited boardroom. Pull up a chair and pour yourself something stiff because today we're talking about the one thing more cutthroat than a hostile takeover: family probate. Hi, Tahir. If you are listening, take notes, darling. In this boardroom, we don't just learn from our own mistakes, we learn from the legal wreckage of others so we don't end up in the same ditch. Here is your high society briefing on the Mukaddam inheritance war, served with the signature Oksana Rabbit's touch. The Sing, a 20-year-old ghost. We are looking at the estate of the late Hussein Jainuddin Mukaddam, who passed away in Kariako back in 2004. You'd think 2 decades would be enough time to settle the books, but in this family, the drama is just getting started. Tahir, who, mind you, is an advocate and should know where the bodies are buried, marched into the High Court in 2005 looking for letters of administration. The problem? He wasn't alone. 8 family members, the caveators, showed up with their own legal team, and they didn't come to share memories. They came to shut him down. The scandal. The 2005 Zombie Grant. In the RG Limited boardroom, we value a clean trail of paperwork. Apparently, Tahir forgot that he had already played this card once before. Back in 2005, he went to the Resident Magistrates Court at Kisutu and already got himself appointed as the administrator of this exact same estate. But instead of finishing the job back then, the case just sat there. No inventories, no accounts, just a hanging legal order from 2006. Tahir tried to tell High Court that the old grant did not count because the Kisutu court supposedly lacked jurisdiction over a Muslim estate. The boardroom reality check. Res Judicata. Tahir tried what we call forum shopping, looking for a new court because the old one was messy. But the judge, Honorable S. D. Mwaipopo, wasn't buying what he was selling. The court dropped a massive truth bomb called Res Judicata. In plain English, you don't get a do-over just because you think the first court was wrong. The law is very clear. A court order, even a hanging one, remains valid, operative, and binding until a superior court officially kills it. You can't just ignore a 20-year-old grant because you have decided its a nullity. The ruling. Case dismissed. The judge didn't even need to look at the property in Kariako, which the family claims isn't even part of the estate anymore, because the whole petition was dead on arrival. Since the 2005 grant is still legally alive, Tahir was barred from starting a fresh case. The court's advice? If you want to move forward, you have to go back and properly revoke that old grant first. You can't build a new skyscraper on a foundation that's already occupied by a ghost. My final take. Tahir, darling, here is the lesson for the boardroom. Finality is everything. You cannot treat the legal system like a buffet when you keep going back for more helpings until you like the taste. If you have a court order, you either fulfill it or you revoke it. You don't just pretend it doesn't exist. In this business, if your paperwork isn't tight, your empire is just a house of cards. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some 20-year-old contracts to audit. We don't do hanging files at RG Limited.